Hi, I'm Howard. Welcome to Howard's English Corner. Today, I'm going to give you some useful words and phrases that you can use when speaking English on the telephone. I'm sure many of you have these situations where you get English telephone calls for your colleagues and sometimes you don't know what to say, or maybe you get nervous or a little bit intimidated. Now, in the ideal situation, all you have to say is, "Just a moment, please, I'll transfer you." But that only happens if your colleague happens to be there and you can easily transfer the call. In those situations where you can't transfer the call, what do you say? Well, I've thought of some of those situations and come up with some phrases that you can use in those cases. Let's take a look. So, in the case where your colleague is not at his or her desk, all you have to say is he or she is away from their desk. Very simple. If your colleague is on the phone, this one's also simple. He or she is on another line. If your colleague is taking a day off today, you can say he or she is out of the office today. If your colleague is out visiting a client, it's almost the same as the previous situation. You can just say he or she is out of the office. You can even add now. He or she is out of the office now. In the case where your colleague hasn't come into the office yet, hasn't come to work yet, he or she hasn't arrived yet. The opposite situation, if your colleague has already gone home, you can say he or she has left for the day. The next two situations are even easier. If your colleague is in a meeting, this is all you have to say. He or she is in a meeting. If your colleague is on vacation, again, that's all you have to say. He or she is on vacation. Now, these last two situations can be very tricky because they're a little bit embarrassing and they might sound unprofessional if you happen to say them on the phone. So, in the case where you don't know where your colleague is or your colleague is in the restroom. So, for these two cases, I recommend this. He or she is not available. And in fact, you can use this sentence for any of these situations. So if you ever forget which one of these to use in these cases, just remember this one. He or she is not available. After that, the next step is just to ask the person if they'd like to leave a message. We'll cover what to say in those cases next time. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.